Hey everyone, welcome to this week's blog. Today we are going to talk about 5 free traffic sources. So, you've recently launched your website and you've been doing some types of different content marketing, but you're really lacking in traffic. Well, this is actually a very common problem to have. And what people don't realize is there's actually many opportunities to bring traffic to your website without having to pay a cent. And in fact, I recommend making sure that you have all of these methods in place to get free organic traffic, organic meaning traffic that you don't pay for. I recommend you get these in place before you start paying for traffic because they're a great way to validate your content and your offers before you're investing money into the paid traffic. So let's go ahead and get started with 5 free traffic strategies. Strategy number 1 is email. Email is still the number 1 way to create conversions on your website. And if you are running any type of business at all, an email marketing strategy is essential. Email marketing helps you drive contacts back to your website. You can send out different pieces of content such as blogs or podcast notifications. You can also send special offers and promotions or even special customer-only communications. Using your email is a proactive way of reaching out to your customers because it's not dependent on them remembering that you have a website that exists. When you're sending an email, you're proactively reaching out, providing a call to action, even if it's just reading something, and bringing them back to your blog. And this is just a reminder, your emails should always link back to your website. If you are sharing a blog or other free content, put a teaser in the email and get people to click on the link to read the rest of the article on your blog. I can't stress this enough. If you put your entire blog directly in the email, you're not going to have any clicks, and your email service will see that and lower deliverability. We want to make sure that when you're sending emails, the maximum amount of contacts can get those emails, so driving them back to your website will make your email service happy, and it'll also help Google see that people are interested in your content. The next method for getting free traffic to your website is through social media. Now, social media is a little bit tricky because social media platforms want you to stay on the platform. They want engagement on their own platform. They don't want you to take people away from it. So think, for example, if you post your latest blog to Facebook with a link, you're actually pulling people off of Facebook to your website. And Facebook doesn't like that, so they're not going to support that. With social media, you really want to drive engagement. Get conversations going on your posts. Ask questions, have conversations on your social media sites, and then have a call to action in your bio. This will keep the social media platforms happy because people will be active and engaged before they go to your website. The next strategy for driving free traffic to your website is SEO, or search engine optimization. Now, search engine optimization is a long game. It is not something that as soon as you post a blog happens overnight that you're ranked number 1. Search engine optimization is something that you continue to develop over time by producing consistent content that is focused around specific keywords. I love to use a plugin called Yoast. That's YOAST. It is a WordPress plugin, and it helps me evaluate the blogs that I'm writing to ensure that they are SEO friendly and compatible. The Yoast plugin allows me to evaluate my keywords, write a good description, and make sure that my blog has the structure that it needs in order to be ranked by the major search engines. Now, if you just keep at it and you keep focusing on writing consistent content, using that Yoast plugin to ensure your content is SEO friendly, over the long term, this will help drive more traffic to your website, and more visitors will find you when they use tools like Google Search. Our free traffic strategy number 4 is leveraging news outlets. News outlets are a great way to drive traffic to your website. In fact, when you can get a backlink or a link back to your website from an article that's published on a major website, this can really help bump up your SEO and leverage an audience that you may not normally have access to. Now, you may wonder, how the heck do I get featured on a news site? Well, there's certain things that you can do to help get featured. First, there are sites such as HARO, that's HARO. It stands for Help a Reporter Out. On HARO, you can search different topics that reporters are working on content for and submit your thoughts, ideas, comments around their topics. If you are selected, they almost always include a link back to your website, a brief bio, and sometimes a photo. I've used HARO to get featured on some major sites such as Authority Magazine and Thrive Global. In addition to sites like HARO, you can go directly to publications that you are interested in working with. Most publications have some type of content calendar of when they work on specific topic and submission forms to where you can submit to write for those topics. I've also been successful in getting published this way by working with industry publications that are very relevant to my experience and the customers that I work with. Again, when you get published through a news audience, that allows you to leverage an audience that you don't normally have access to and drive them back to your website. Finally, the last free traffic source is podcasting. Podcasting is booming right now, and it almost seems like everybody has a podcast. If you don't, let's talk about creating one. Podcasts can help drive traffic back to your website because, similar to news outlets, they will create a backlink that will direct traffic to your website. You also have the ability to leverage the audience of the podcaster. So people who listen to that podcast will learn and hear about you, and if they're interested, they'll go look you up. It's a really great opportunity to get traffic and to help also be able to show your authority in your field and voicing your viewpoint. If you aren't sure how to get started with podcasts, again, similar to news outlets, most podcasts have directories where you can go search in different topics and submit to be a guest on the show. If you're looking to do this, I really recommend that you have some type of media guide that helps the podcast hosts understand who you are, what you do, and even provide them with sample questions that they can ask you so that they don't have to do the research first. Podcasting is another great way to drive traffic to your website. All right, well, this wraps up 5 free traffic sources, and I'm interested to know, if you have a website, what of these 5 free traffic sources are you currently using? What ones are you working on, and what have you not even thought about before? Let me know in the comments below, and good luck getting your free traffic.